right, welcome back everybody for another night or another day, depending on when you're watching, of Pokemon Legends Z-A. I feel like me and my Pokemon are invincible today. Shoot, you know what? That's actually going to make a, oh, the word bubble disappears. Pity, I was just thinking, that would make actually a really good screen there. Perfect. Great cover. Alright, so what are we working on tonight? We've got a bunch of side quests still to do. Okay. Mega Camerupt. I think, wasn't Camerupt one of the... Wasn't Camerupt one of the rogue megas that we had to deal with? That is not a mega. That is not a shiny, but it is an alpha. Oh, hey, he's ready to go. Oh my gosh, I just now realized that Watchog is dressed like a traffic guard. I don't think I ever saw that before. Takedown. Yeah, I don't think that the tech did much there. Look at the size of this Camerupt. He's practically an island. Kind of a dick move though, being like, yeah, you need to show me this Pokemon that's double weak to everything that I have. I I only want to fight something that I can easily knock out. Good thing I've got several levels and a bunch of other stuff. A traffic guard, says Unrata. Yeah, do they... I know that you are in Mexico down there. Do they not have traffic guards? I guess they do. Hmm. Well, I think different countries do it different ways. The United States, yeah, it's kind of like a neon orange, but, sometimes you get them with these basically like yellow belts around it. Oh, Camerupt hated that joke. Oh gosh, she wants more. Great big eyes. Say it, gosh. Yeah, in the United States, I think it's usually yellow like that, but sometimes it's gray. Like actually reflective gray. I'm looking for a Sableye. Do I have a Sableye? I do have a couple of Sableyes. Do I have a Sableye Mega Stone? I can't imagine that I would have bought a Sableye Mega Stone except to do this one mission, this one side quest. I do not have it yet. Let's head over to Quasartico and see if they've got what we need. Okay, night is falling over the city. Let's go inside. There's no night inside, right? Sableye night. Thankfully, it's not too expensive either. Okay. The obsessive compulsive part of my brain gets really annoyed at the way that this stuff is, at the way the inventory is managed here. Okay, where was that lady? She was over here, I think. Because, like, you get a new item. It doesn't go to the bottom of your inventory so that you can sort it later. It goes automatically sorted in your inventory. And that should be great. Except, I swear the lady was right here. And that should be great, except, and then I have to go through my entire inventory in order to figure out what's new so I can get rid of the little red dot that says there's something new. Like, I don't like those red dots in my inventory. They tell me that I'm missing something, that I forgot to do something. I forgot to look at something in my inventory. I'm always looking for the one that has a Poké Center nearby. Boom, entry. If I wasn't dumb, then I would have already gotten my Kangaskhan out here. Oh, where is my Kangaskhan? Also, where's my good Clawitzer? Don't tell me my best Clawitzer is only like level 50. Dang. Alright. Knock out opponent using rock-type moves. I don't know how many rock-type moves I even have. Oh. I have to do like 15 rounds of this before it moves into the next phase. Like that's a lot of freaking grinding. Oh geez. When in doubt, hide behind a box. Punch a bird. Have you ever tried to punch a bird? It works pretty good when you're electric. How am I all turned around here? Oh. I'm trying to sneak up on a little girl that's looking straight at me. I feel like that one character that showed up in a single episode of Venture Brothers, who just followed everyone around. He was like a giant, like 12-foot tall alien who just followed people around, commenting on stuff and then screaming, "Ignore me!" God, I love Venture Brothers. Yeah, you thought that you saw me, but you didn't. Did I just... Did it just hide behind the freaking lamppost? What kind of Looney Tunes crap is that? Give me my prize. Oh. Just gotta land hits with electric type moves. Okay, back in. Oh no, don't die on me. Okay. Oh geez. There's an entrance on each side. I did not realize that. I almost ran straight into this lady. I would have been caught by surprise. She's gonna end up seeing me just because she keeps running my direction. I literally have nowhere to hide. I can't believe that worked. Okay. I feel like Delibird's name is land 20 hits with electric type attacks. Holy mackerel. I feel like Delibird's name is like missing a letter the same way that Croconaw is. Like, Croconaw's name was set. It's not Croc-O-Naw, it's Croconaw. Whoa. And the reason for that is because when Generation 2 came out, okay, you need a targeter. There we go. When Generation 2 came out, there was a limited number of spaces that you could use. I was caught off guard. I was in the middle of punching and You know what? Fine. We're gonna do this the hard way. I love the way that Joey just hangs on there. Anyway, since there wasn't room to get the full name of Croconaw in there, they just dropped an extraneous O. There we go. And I feel like Delibird may have had something similar happen. I mean, it's named Delibird because it's supposed to sound like delivery, right? If you say it really fast, it's like Delibird. But if they just added an I at the end or a Y, and made it Delibirdie, that would work so much better. When in doubt, punch the dog. Oh, is it? I didn't update it. Well, I also can't update. I'm being told that the tag on my stream is Pokemon Red, and unfortunately, I can't update it. I don't know what's wrong with Twitch on my stuff right now, but it won't load the part that lets me update like what my tag is and what game I'm playing and stuff. And it also won't let me change any of that before I'm actively streaming. Also, hi Blackhelm, how are you doing tonight? Oh, I've got a little bit of advertising, a little bit of news. Oh wow, these are right across the street from each other. I've got a little bit of advertising, a little bit of news. A good friend of mine and a streamer that I've known basically forever is coming back to his hometown where I live to visit. So my good friend Cobb from Happy Crab Co. is going to be coming out and hanging out with me here real soon. Why am I going to you again? Get out of here, Pokemon Center lady. Who is not Nurse Joy. Nurse Joy is a whole different species. I don't know about multi-stream, but we could definitely like stream on the same kind. Yeah, Crab's coming home all right. I I don't think there's exactly happy circumstance. Oh man, That's a problem. I, wow, really? I need you to buy this thing that I want and then evolve, then bring it back to life from the dead, and then level it up a bunch and then beat my brother with it. Jeez, kid. A vanillite. Yeah, Crab's coming home. I guess he's got some business to take care of here. It sounds like it's going to be the end of March-ish. And I want to know if I have a vanillite. I do. Minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Quick, what is that in Celsius? I don't know if I'd eat it. Vanillite then, if it has a weird aroma. Well, Mr. Unarata, here's one thing I can tell you. It is below negative 40 degrees Celsius. I know that for a fact. Sorry, it's below negative. Yeah, it's below negative 40 degrees Celsius. Because negative 40 um, is actually the point where Celsius and Fahrenheit meet. Negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit is negative 40 degrees Celsius. How do I know that? Because I spent a winter in upstate New York. I don't know if Fahrenheit makes sense. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, Mr. Fahrenheit, when he created the system. Oh, hey, there's a purple screw up there. The only question is, how do I get up there? Mr. Fahrenheit, when he made the system, gosh, what was that? I think he froze briny water because that's what he had available, and set that as 0, the temperature it froze at. And then for 100 degrees, he took his own temperature. And either he didn't measure it very well or he had a slight fever that day. So Fahrenheit is supposed to be based off of human body temperature and also freezing salt water. Oh, Mr. Unarata is raging about the imperial system, the one that we use in the United States. He is not a fan, and we occasionally make fun of each other about it. I, hmm. I give him a potion? Boy, this reminds me of... The only thing that you don't have that makes sense there, Mr. Unarata, and I talked about your system that makes sense. Why the heck are you still using 60-second minutes and 24 hours in a day? That bit doesn't make any sense at all. But actually, it turns out, this is why people should be watching this channel, because I talk about and teach about all kinds of random stuff. You might just actually learn something. It turns out that the French did, in fact, try to make a base 10 time system for the metric system. And people just absolutely hate it. They rebel. The idea was to do I think it was 100 seconds in a minute, 100 minutes in an 100 seconds in a minute, 100 minutes in an hour, and 10 hours in a day. And Mr. Blackout, technically, the United States is, in fact, on the metric system. All of the official laws about measurements and stuff use the metric system. The military also uses the metric system. It just hasn't been widely adopted by private civilian populations. Bergmite sur un avalag. Are you... Are you going to tell me no alpha? Because somebody actually told me no alpha. Okay. She didn't say no alpha, so I think I've got one. Maybe I don't got one. I definitely attempted to catch one at some point. Uh-oh, we're talking about the third pounder burger. That was an A&W restaurant menu item. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you, as someone who does not have an A&W within at least 1,000 miles of me, how much I miss A&W restaurants. The closest one I know of is in North Dakota. There's one at the airport there. I used to fly in there every couple of years, and every time we went to that airport, I'd make sure I got an A&W burger. Oh my God. A&W. In fact, you should know about that, Mr. Unarata. You were asking me about root beer earlier. A&W is a root beer brand, but it's also a restaurant chain. No, not INW, like the letters A and W, or en español AIW. They're the restaurant that had the third pounder burgers that were supposed to compete with McDonald's quarter pounder burgers. But and they won all the taste tests. Everybody that tasted them preferred the A&W one. And a third pound is more than a quarter pound. But people got thrown off by the name and they thought, well, 4 is bigger than 3, so a quarter pounder is bigger than a third pounder. I mean, ow, dick move. Oh, was today the first time that you had root beer? Yeah, I don't know if root beer really is much of a thing outside of the United States. Personally, I love it. But if you tried it today and you didn't care for it, then I recommend that you give an ice cream float a try, or a root beer float. Okay, so what am I actually fighting? In fact, one of my Christmas presents this year was a pair of A&W socks, and I'm like, I 2 pairs of A&W socks in a A&W um, can, I guess. I wonder what kind of root beer you had. Because that doesn't, I mean, I guess maybe I can see that description. Burnt sugar, yeah, okay, I can see that. I compared it to sarsaparilla. If you get a chance to try sarsaparilla, it's very similar, but with a little bit less overwhelmingly sweet taste. Getting the ball. Nope, didn't work, huh? Well, that did nothing. Will you calm down? I want you to calm down so we can be friends. Oh, geez. Getting the ball. Uh, Mr. Man, you need to get in the ball. Oh, wow. That was close. Oh, wow. Wow, indeed. Okay, there we go. Finally. Okay, where was the lady that had that quest? I lost her. She might have been over there. What you should try, Mr. Unarata, is a root beer float. You basically take the root beer and you float a big old scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. The ice cream melts. Well, I guess maybe you might already be saying that's too sweet for you. But the ice cream melts into it and it makes it kind of have a creamy flavor. Really mellows it out. Oh God. The way that he was being loud and obnoxious, I thought they were going to show that he was from Unova. Do I even have a slowpoke? I probably do. My only slowpoke. That's okay. I actually don't like slowpoke. I'm the only guy that doesn't like slowpoke. Boy, the way that you're freaking out about how much you hate root beer, I don't think that you would be able to get within 100 meters of the ginger beer that I'm drinking while I'm playing this tonight. This is some good ginger beer, but it's actually made for mixing, not for drinking. I just really like it. Oh. Oh no, he hangs around. Crap, I should have given him an alpha. I decided not to because he said he was going to freaking leave. And last time, I traded for the Alolan Raichu. I trade a Alpha Raichu for it because I'm like, oh yeah, he's just gonna stick around and be huge. No, that didn't happen. What was my last Pokemon in the party? I think it was box 3, right? There we go. Yeah, let's get a Quasartico. Well, let's heal first. Okay, so I've been calling this Quasartico, but in Japan it's just Quasar Inc. Quasar Incorporated. So I think it's supposed to be Quasartico or Quasartico. Boy, do I wish that we still had the anime that kept about on pace with the games in order to tell us how to pronounce this stuff. Who are you? Okay. I actually might do a simulation for video later. I am running way behind on February's video and need to start gathering footage. Oh, that girl. It's a good thing I stopped and to heal. Imagine if Pokemon actually had bad ends. Like, imagine if you lost this fight, then that's it. Your game's over. You have to go and work at the cafe. Metagross is a bad matchup for me. I don't think I have anything that actually is good for him. Just gonna have our two pseudo legendaries duke it out for a while. Good job, Umi. Thunderbolt. Oh, you're gonna. Oh no. Oh no. Now, see, the great thing about the Switch is that you don't actually need a capture card in order to record things because you can always just. Oh, I'm gonna die. There we go. Because you can always just hold down your square button and record the last 30 seconds that you had in gameplay. So like to get actual like high quality footage, I usually just take that. If I need, if I need a longer sequence, sure, I'll totally plug into the capture card. I bought mine at Walmart. But, if I want, that battle saved, like I can hit that and you see the little icon up there. It's saving the last 30 seconds in the highest quality that you're going to be able to get off of a Switch. The crappy part is what I really want in order to make this next video work. I need footage from so many different games. Like I need stuff from the very end of Omega Sapphire, um, Alpha Ruby, Omega Sapphire, Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby. I forget. I need stuff from a couple of different points in X and Y, including the very end. I think I need a little bit from... No, actually, I think that stuff's in Ruby and Sapphire too. I need stuff from here, a little bit from Sword and Shield and uh, Scarlet and Violet. I might need to go and do a couple of like Mega raids and Dynamax raids just for footage. All right. Show me a Mega Sableye. Right there. Yeah, because I'm working on a video about the origins and nature of Megastones. And, I need footage from here about Mega Evolution, so I'm actually going to have to go and redo one of those Mega Raid battles for a little bit of footage. I need to compare it to Z moves and Dynamax and stuff. Is he not holding it? Do I have more than one? I have more than one Sableye, don't I? Fortunately, there is some footage that I need from either Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. And I think that I'm actually in the right place in my save that I recorded for this. I think I'm actually in the right place on the save to just boot that up and get that footage and be ready to go. Okay. Oh, Shadow Claw does nothing because I'm dumb. Okay, you saw the Pokemon, now I'm just gonna knock you out. Why do I still have Endure on Kangaskhan? I don't like it. Did you get a new Pokemon? I don't actually remember Carbink before. Oh. Starry Eye and Black Void. Gosh, how many missions does this lady have? Uh, let's try on some of these terrible sounding contacts. Move to look there. God, that's terrible. Oh God, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, you gave me anime eyes. Because this wasn't anime enough already. Oh no. Last battle, Mega Medicham. Stone Emporium, thank you. Just like, I don't remember even seeing that on the list. Do I have a Medicham? I do. Alright, where's the Stone Emporium? Oh, geez, it's right next to this lady. Literally, right next door. And that's also where these guys are. Kangaskhanite, Medicham. There we go. Well, what if I want to buy more than one, huh? Jaw fossil, sail fossil. Lady, I could just show you a picture of it or something. Arden the artist. You know what? I want Arden on the cover. Oh my gosh, it looks so bad. Speed up already. Wow, that thing isn't taking any damage at all. I don't remember hearing that music before. I think that's the face I want. Oh no, Pokeball eyes? Really? Oh no, there's... Ah. Okay, let's try on these ugly things. Oh boy, alright. Okay, so the Pokeball eyes aren't actually that bad. These are these are absolutely wild. Where have I seen these eyes before? You know what? I think I've seen these in My Hero Academia. On the Invisible Girl, there was like one episode where the Invisible Girl's uh where her what was it called? Her quirk glitched and she became visible for a little while. The problem is that, because her power was being invisible, her hero costume was basically to run around completely naked. So she just, boom, all of a sudden is all out there. Okay, I had a Pokemon that I had to move to make room for Sableye. What was it? What's the missing part of my team here? Is it Raichu? It is Raichu, but it's not that Raichu. Oh no, where's my Raichu? There he is. Hmm. Just take some Inkay ink. Well, yeah, maybe you shouldn't sell it as perfume. Maybe you should mix the ink into pasta. Ooh, make some Inkay ink pasta. That would be delicious. Or at least it would be interesting looking. Nothing else? No other silly requests? Let's figure out how many nuts we got. Colorful screws, only two, not enough to actually do anything with. Oh, did I just go through the wrong one? I did. I went the total wrong direction. At some point, I also need to do a thing about like all the places that are mentioned, all the real world locations that are mentioned in Pokemon that we haven't seen yet. Because you're over there, you're talking about Peru. And it's like, yeah, sure, absolutely. But also, the red. Ooh. The red, blue. Well, that was easy. Hooray! The red, blue, and uh, yellow. Whoops, that way is blocked. The red, blue, and yellow Pokedex entries for Arcanine talked about being admired in China. Um, oh, there's the guy I'm looking for. The anime doesn't talk about Kalos in the first couple of seasons, but it does talk about France specifically. The anime also has an episode where Ash and the gang apparently go to Hollywood. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, Mexico would be a really interesting one. It would be a lot of fun. The next one, so we're coming up on the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. It's going to be the end of February. And there have been enough leaks that it seems pretty likely that we'll see the 10th generation game, uh, probably at the end of the year. They generally get announced around like March or April and released around October, November. So I think that on Pokemon Day at the end of February, we're probably going to get the announcement for the next Pokemon games. Wind and Waves is what we've been hearing. And then we'll probably see those on the shelves around end of October. We've also, actually, you know what? The first couple of games also mentioned Brazil. That looks like it's right outside the park. Yes, all right. So maybe one day we'll actually get to visit Poke Brazil too. Oh no, that one must be on the roof. Okay, how do I get up on the roof? I am actually factually really annoyed at how much stuff goes on up on the roof and then how much I have to run around to figure out how to get up there. Like this would feel like a much better game to me if I had access to um, something like Koraidon and Miraidon being able to climb up stuff, or Sneasler or something. Okay, this lady. Who is this and what does she want? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're still going? Come on, lady. Yeah, Greece definitely sounds like what we're doing next. I feel like we're starting to run out of European countries at this point. I mean, we've done France, England, Spain, and Portugal, if you count the whole Iberian Peninsula there. That's actually a pretty high level Pokemon. Giant Raichu. Wow. Greece would be really interesting, especially if they leaned into Greek mythology. It'd be really. God, this lady. I hate her so much. I'd love to see like a. I mean, I guess Hydreigon's already a Hydra. Oh no. Okay, finally. Yeah, Sweden would be interesting. Uh, I I'm a little bit biased. I'd love to see Germany. I don't think any individual Balkan state would be a likely candidate, but like a is that a shiny thing or a Pokemon? Oh, it's a shiny thing. Slowly but surely clearing all of these out. Oh, got another one. Probably not supposed to just, jump off the roof for that. But it worked. Huh. Okay, what we got? Australia would be a really interesting one. Maybe Poke Australia is where Anthro-Pokemon are more prevalent. Uh, oh, you were listening when I was talking about Professor Oak's research into Anthro-Pokemon, huh? Yeah, it would be interesting, and I don't think that it's ever going to happen. Like, I don't think that Nintendo's going to go there and just be like, "Hey, look, these Pokemon are people that have their own society and cities and stuff." I don't think that we're ever going to see that quite happen. Um, okay, all I saw is the investigate thing. I don't see where. Ah, there she went. Well, I don't forget about the Baltic areas. I spent a little bit of time there. It was gorgeous and wonderful, and I loved it. I am going the right way, right? She went this way. Right, there she is. After everyone got so excited about her, I'm really surprised and a little bit sad that we're not seeing a whole lot more of Emma. But I saw that somebody made a mod for Smash Brothers to replace Bayonetta with Emma, so you've just got, the Pokemon trainer running around and blasting the bejesus out of everyone with a gun. So, I'm not sure what Frostlass's unfinished business was. She just wanted to give me a rock? I keep on trying to bring the menu up, and I keep on losing it. Shouldn't need to go all the way back there again. It's okay, the city's not that big. What is going on up here? Did I just stumble across a Pokemon fighting club? There's... I can't get off this roof now, can I? Oh, Lord. Alright, what you got for me? What if criminals don't have strong negative feelings? I mean, hmm, I associate with an awful lot of criminals, and the vast majority of them don't have like any any apparent like feelings of guilt or anything. All right, I'm gonna do, if this thing ever loads. Do I? Oh, I do actually have to follow him. Oh gosh, the other one I'm looking for is in the sewer somewhere. I need to figure out how to get in the sewer. Um, where did that guy go? Like, he really just took off with like no indication of where he was going. Oh no, it's not that they have no strong feelings one way or another. It's just that they're like, yeah, this is either this is the thing that I did. That's just what happened, or um, wow, that guy went really far. Went like a third of the way across the map. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to track the mission. It's just obnoxious that it doesn't like automatically track. I have to sit there and go through and figure out what mission number it is and stuff. Uh-oh, dude, your wife hates you. Well, at least your wife's being supportive, even if she, isn't really feeling it. All right, look at this. We've cleared like this whole wedge of missions for now, at least. Getting pretty close on the vert sector, too. Oh, I think I remember telling you to buzz off. Yeah, they certainly have a relationship, don't they? Oh, geez. So the real question should have been, you want me to just let my, tell my Pokemon to all get knocked out? It almost seems like the Pokemon don't need to actually win fights, at least in the anime, in order to get stronger. They just have to think that they're winning fights. There's an early episode with Paris where the girl was trying to get her Paris to evolve, but it was so wimpy that uh, literally just a little bit from Squirtle was enough to knock it out. But when Pokemon started pretending to get knocked out by it touching them, then it actually leveled up and evolved. I think that's, nope, there's still just a couple left in the Vert sector. Restaurant Lena. The restaurant, oh no. God. Leftovers don't do nothing if they just get knocked out. Why am I not using Solar Beam? Is it because I'm dumb? It must be. I always thought it was implied that the bond between a trainer and their Pokemon is what made Pokemon stronger in the anime. Well, yes, but actually no. Or rather, I guess, kind of. Like, yes, there is definitely a element of, Pokemon and humans working in harmony being what makes them stronger. But they also have been shown to actually physically train. I mean, just look at Go's Magikarp. They set up to do a sort of uh, a jumping punching bag for it to keep on splashing at until it could get the highest jump. And it literally jumped so high it went into orbit. I don't think it came back for like 2 or 3 episodes. Okay, let's heal our Pokemon up. Right, nice and healed. Sun should be setting any second now. Yeah, their strength in the enemy's always been super, super big. I mean, like, Pikachu can just straight up use electric attacks to knock out ground-type Pokemon. Magmar somehow is so hot that it's impossible to hit him, except with a Fire-type Pokemon. Okay, stop telling me night's falling and just fall already. That looks like a really big block. You know what I need to do? So I've got a timeline now. Hey, I'm right here. I figured out a timeline now for the Indigo League, like how long Ash actually spent doing his first journey to do the Indigo League. And with one with a couple of notable exceptions. There are a couple of episodes that were never broadcast in the United States. The Porygon episode is one. And then I think the Jinx episode was the one supposed to be right after that that also didn't get broadcast. But on top of those, one thing that's missing is Pokemon the first movie. And all the movies are like really, really tenuous canon. Oh, for crying out loud. So Pokemon the first movie, for example, it can happen just about any time in the anime after the time that we see Mewtwo escape from Team Rocket's hideout. Like, that's the one solid key marker that it can't happen before. But aside from that, it's, basically anywhere between there and when Ash takes off to the Orange Archipelago. The one other piece of evidence, though, uh, you know what? Yeah, the Safari Zone one got banned because because the Safari Zone warden kept on pointing guns at people. But there are a couple episodes before that where, like, Ash walked into a store and all of a sudden a whole bunch of people turned with guns aimed at him. And that one's still available to watch. Ah. But yeah, if you make a couple of assumptions, like, so I actually went through the entire first season and so far a significant chunk of, but not the whole second season, and I counted every day and night that happened. I'm like, bare minimum, in order to figure out how long this journey is, we could count each individual day that we see actually happen and just add those all up. But then there's a couple of other markers. There are several points where the narrator says that Ash has been on the journey for several weeks or something. At one point, Oak tells Ash that, yeah, Oak tells Ash that the Indigo League is going to happen in exactly 2 months. Oh, shoot. Another of these situations. So, like, we've actually got concrete time markers for a few things. Thing is, I realized that there are also several holidays referenced that have real life corresponding holidays. For example, there's the Christmas episode, which, if every episode takes place about a week apart, which would be about when they would have been scheduled to air, a week apart each episode, then the Christmas episode would be pretty close to Christmas in Japan. So if we take those as markers on top of the stuff that the narrator says and the semi-official starting date of Ash's journey, which would be April 1st, April 1st, 1997, then Ash was actually on his first journey for a total of 14 months. He left Pallet Town in April and got back, like, did the Indigo League Challenge around June the next year. Sucker Punch. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually watching for the stuff about the Tauros. The Tauros are never even mentioned until Ash gets back to Pallet Town and Professor Oak is giving Brock and Misty a tour of his lab and showing Ash and Gary's Pokemon, and Gary has like an entire aisle devoted all to his. He's got like 200 Pokemon. He's only seen like 110, or I think he's only registered like 60 in his Pokedex, but he's got 200 caught. Meanwhile, Ash has registered about twice as many Pokemon, but has only caught like 7, plus 30 Tauros. And they even mention in the episode that he caught them in the Safari Zone. They're even in Safari Balls. But he also doesn't use them for the Indigo League, and that's a problem. Because Tauros was absolutely busted in Gen 1. It wasn't the absolute best normal. Well, actually, you know what? I think it was the absolute best normal type in a competitive environment. Tauros was largely meta defining. Yeah, and a muck that absolutely loved hugging people. Make sure that you check out my video about Muck and Grimer and the Alolan forms and why we love them in Alola while everyone else hates them. But in Red and Blue, Tauros was absolutely busted because it had that huge attack stat and all normal type moves were physical. They all used attack instead of special attack. which meant that which meant that good old Tauros had the best Hyper Beam in the game. And Hyper Beam was programmed in such a way where if you got a KO with Hyper Beam, then it didn't recharge. It didn't take a turn to recharge. You could just spam Hyper Beam. Now, Tauros wasn't quite strong enough for Hyper Beam to be a one-hit KO move all the time, but you could easily do Body Slam Hyper Beam and just roll with it like that. I'm sorry, Charizard. You are just too big. You fill up my entire screen. Okay, now come out. Ah, and I've been surprised? No way. Surprise bomb. Why was Tauros considered better than Snorlax? So speed was definitely a big factor, but I think Tauros actually had higher attack too. So generally Snorlax is just way better in the playthrough, but Tauros, because of the way that you could just rotate your attacks, is way better in PvP. Super effective moves, okay. Oh gosh, I couldn't even change. Would have been hilarious if he pushed my Raichu off the building. Explosion was really good in Gen 1, yeah. So doing this Gen 1 run, I'm being reminded of a lot of the just weird stuff that happened. Ooh. Ah, there's that purple, that colorful screw that I keep on trying to find and never can get to. Seriously, I still have not figured out how to get to that. I'm sure there's an obvious way that I'm overlooking. And that's not it. I feel like there should be a trainer camping right here. Ah, shoot, wrong one. Oh, I walked right in front of him and I didn't notice. I walked right in front of her and didn't notice. Come on. I don't know why I used that attack. There's no reason for it. Yeah, I know I don't need to roll off the roof, but I did anyways. Why? Because it's fun. Ooh, rare candies. KO? Yes, good. I think I need to do I think I need to do a video about how Pokemon X and Y is the same story as Full Metal Alchemist. I thought Charizard was too big to function with. I got a load of Kangaskhan. Wasn't Ash's Pikachu originally raised by a Kangaskhan? Yeah, why do I keep using Endure? Look at the size of this Kangaskhan. My gosh, I didn't even realize that that Garbodor had a person attached to it. It's like, is this just a Pokemon I can fight in here? I I got caught off guard. I literally, oh no! I literally had my Pokemon do an attack. It was just too big to fit through there. Are you just gonna... You have to come out so I can punch you. You can kind of see what, how Pokemon and Full Metal Alchemist are the same show. I mean, look, the city's a freaking magic circle. It's an alchemy circle. You got like, 5 points of your pentagram here. The whole thing is, a circle radiating outwards. It's 100% what it is. Or it knocked itself out with Flare Blitz. I want to try to catch one. Whoa. One more trainer with their pants down, and there it is. Yes! Holy mackerel. I just capped that out in one night. All right. Okay. Might as well go heal up and get ready to do the challenge match. I know there's actually a limited number of how many of these challenge matches I have to do, but it's already starting to feel infinite, all right. Hey, did she make it to, did she make it to A rank? Or are they just matching me with random people now? I guess that's the deal, is that they got rid of ranks entirely, right? Everyone's just infinity rank. Mine's bigger. Oh, yours is stronger though. Gee, they got 3 attacks off before I could get one there. Hi. But right, you my boy. No air slash. Oh, Lita, I didn't know you swung that way. Double KO. Oh. um, sure. I do kind of wish we got, some information about her relationship with Tierno. Like, there's enough stuff to hint that they might be related, but nothing's ever confirmed. Dragon Pulse. Goodbye, Patrick. Ooh, turkey nugget. All right. And with that, we have got another night of Pokemon Legends done. So I will See you guys next time. Make sure that you join me for these streams on Wednesday nights and also Tuesday and Thursday whenever I can. And we will continue this next week. All right, alola.